Hello everybody, welcome to the new season 1955. In previous results carry Umbertomaglioli moving up to pole following Mike Hawthorn, the World Champion, switched to Vanwall, and Pilet and Manzon not being on the field this season, but it's Ascari who's made the strongest initial start, but then Trintignant takes it over, and they're all going off there. This isn't the first time we've seen this sort of chaos in Buenos Aires, but there we go, Trintignant leading, Ascari in second. So once again a good start from Ascari and the Lancia, not quite as good as it could have been because he lost a bit of ground. Maglioli in third and Musso is away in fourth. And then you have those two Mercedes, they have made a very good start. Kling in fifth and Fangio in sixth, although he's run out a bit wide there. So, but it's been a good start for Mercedes, and Fangio is under pressure now from that Lancia though as he comes back onto the circuit. Kling is in fifth place. It's a bit better than we saw Mercedes do last year. They are running with what it would appear to be at least a little bit of pace. Ascari has gone off, and Ascari costs himself second place. Maglioli goes through, Musso goes through, and we're waiting. Oh, and Ascari has hit an ambulance. Well, you might need that at some point, mate. You don't really want to be driving into those things. Ascari does rejoin, but he has lost position to those Mercedes, and he has lost a bit of ground. Herman has also gone through. Fangio in fifth, Kling in fourth, and they are chasing Luigi Musso's Maserati. So Fangio, he has had such bad luck in the previous results series ever since 1950 when he did take a few wins. I know he just missed out on the championship, but since then the Maestro has not been able to be the real life Maestro that he was, and he's been constantly let down by lack of pace in his cars and or lack of reliability. But he might get a few points today, so might his teammate Kling, who's running ahead of him. Trintignant is there, Musso in second, and Maglioli has disappeared. Kling is up in the third, Fangio up in the fourth. What has happened to Maglioli? He is in fifth. I think he's got an issue. I think he's got some sort of gearing issue, and through goes that third Mercedes of Hans Hermann, and Maglioli, who started on pole and really hoped to have a big opportunity, having been really consistent towards the end of last season. He is in trouble early in this Grand Prix. Maurice Trintignant leads it, and he leads it comfortably. Musso in second place, and then you have three Mercedes behind him looking to make their mark, having not actually scored any constructors points in the end last year. But Trintignant, who spun away a solid podium here last year, he has got a fantastic opportunity to win this race. He is miles clear, and we haven't seen that same sort of performance from any of the other Ferraris. They're pretty anonymous in this race at the moment, but Kling still ahead of Fangio. The two Mercedes battling for third and fourth position there, and that would do them. I think they'd be quite happy if they were to take a good solid points, double points finish here, triple points. Remember, Herman is in fifth place. Mercedes would be very happy, and Fangio is starting to apply pressure. He wants to be the lead driver. He's on his home ground in Buenos Aires, and Fangio would love to celebrate that with a podium today. Those Mercedes are looking decent. Yes, they're not looking perfect, but they are looking very decent, and they are starting to close on Musso a little bit, I think, and Trintignant is in a bit of a slide here. Trintignant's not got a lot of grip. He's hoping to gather up. We saw him gather it up earlier, but he's not gathering that one, and Trintignant has spun, and for the second year in a row he has spun away. Potentially a good position. Can he get going? Yeah, but he's thrown Musso off. Is Musso going to regain it? No, Musso is off as well, and he is spinning very far. Now, can they regain before Mercedes? No, they can't, and Fangio attacking Kling and going through at the same time. So Juan Manuel Fangio leads his home Grand Prix. This now is a massive opportunity for the Maestro, leading as they come up to the end of what I think is lap 2. I've lost a bit of track of the laps. I think it's the end of lap 2 here, and Fangio coming through, and Musso, I think, is applying some pressure to Kling. Is that Musso, or is that Trintignant? It's Trintignant. Trintignant did manage to recover and get back on track, and when you think about the lead he had, it is still very possible that Ferrari will get involved in the battle for this win. Kling needs to hold him off as long as possible, and Musso has dropped right back. I think he might be out of the race actually. Hans Hermann up into fourth place, and Mantovani, I think, into fifth place in his Maserati. So all has changed since the start of the race, but look at that, Trintignant and Kling going well off the road there. That is not going to help his case in this Grand Prix, and it will leave Trintignant to attack Fangio now. Fangio, he is the best placed driver of all the Mercedes drivers with his experience to try to hold off the assault from the Ferrari, but with how much pace Trintignant has got, I don't know if it's going to happen. Well, Fangio, at least being finished second, he'll still get a good handful of points. That Mercedes project is still developing, and if Fangio develops it into any sort of strong position here in Buenos Aires, he'll be very happy. But look at the pressure that Fangio is under. Trintignant might have made that mistake, but he is coming back really, really strongly, and it's going to be very, very difficult for Fangio to hold him off. If it was the last lap, I would give Fangio a good chance, but he's still got a lap to go after this one. And although that Mercedes is a massively marked improvement on last year's car, Trintignant in the Ferrari know how to win. They have won the last 4 World Championships, even against the odds a little bit going to the final race last year. They have won the last 4 World Championships, all with different drivers. And is it going to be Maurice Trintignant's turn this year? He's got a little bit slidey there, and he's had to back off, and that enables Fangio to hold on for now. 1 lap to go. Can Fangio take the home victory against the odds? Very much, because you can see visually just how much quicker that Ferrari is. Now the question is, who is the superior driver, and will Fangio be able to overcome the odds, or will Trintignant be able to use his Ferrari to take a fantastic victory here? Mieres is out, as you can see there in the pit lane, and Fangio's in a second, so Trintignant's through. Fangio has spun it, and I think there's a red signal for something. I think he's had an issue, and I don't think that spin was drive Behra. The Mercedes has gone, and it has any chance Fangio had a fight for the lead is gone, and he is out of the race. Absolutely heartbreaking. Klinger's out as well. It looks like the Mercedes just appear to have reached the limit of the distance that they were willing to do without issues. What a shame for Mercedes. Fangio and Kling both going out. At the very least, it would have been a very strong double podium, but now surely Maurice Trintignant is off and home and dry to win. He is a long way ahead of Mantovani. Louischiron, remember him, he fought for the World Championship in 1950. He's been pretty anonymous since, but Louischiron is up into the podium places in that Lancia. Well, we thought it would be that Lancia of Ascari, but giving it a go. But Ascari remarkably has come all the way back into 6th place, so he has fought hard to get up there, but he is behind the Van Wall of Kenwharton, who started 30th on the grid, looking to take a very tidy 4th place and debut for Van Wall, despite the fact that his teammate is the world champion. But Hawthorn had a very anonymous race and went out early on, and Uriah behind Walton, he has also had a very, very good race. Started 29th, he is in 5th, and Ascari, he's got some pace, but has he got enough pace to catch them, because he is surely running out of time to make that amount of difference in this Grand Prix. Maurice Trintignant now coming up to the final corner, and this has been a mostly, apart from his spin, it has been a mostly brilliant performance from Trintignant. The Ferrari has been very good in Trintignant's hands, and he appears to be able to tame it like no other driver. You can see no other Ferrari has really made an impact, but Maurice Trintignant has made a massive impact. He pressured the Mercedes into breaking down, and not just that, but he has taken the win in absolutely superb style. Despite his error, he made up for that, and Maurice Trintignant is the race winner here in Buenos Aires, and by quite some distance too. That is certainly a convincing performance from Trintignant. Mantovani in second, a whole 14 seconds behind Maurice Trintignant. Louischiron in 3rd. Kenwharton is due to finish 4th. There he goes in the Van Wall, and Alberto Uriah does hold off Alberto Ascari to take that 6th place. Ascari 2.3 behind him. So remember, 1955, no points for 6th, just the first 5 places score points. And there you can see Trintignant leading home Mantovani, Chiron, Walton and Uriah, the top 5. Well, all I've got to say is, if you've enjoyed this content, please do remember to like and subscribe. There's plenty more to come, and subscribing is free, and it really helps the channel out. And also feel free to leave a comment or check out some more of the content on this channel. It's been very much appreciated to have you here watching. We are about to look at the championship standings here, and I will show you just how it's running, just showing you all the finishers, just so you can see what the starting grid, or roughly the starting grid, will be for the next race in Monaco. But there is Trintignant on 8 points, leading the championship. Mantovani on 6, Louischiron on 4, Kenwharton, I've spelled it wrong, whoops, on 3 points, and Alberto Uriah on 2. Ferrari and Maserati joint top in the constructors, Lancia 3rd, and Van Wall 4th. So that wraps it up for now. Very much looking forward to the rest of this season. It has been a fantastic start. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys soon. Take care.
There's a spin in sector 1. Watch for the yellow flags.